Ooh. Ooh, Lizzie. You kind of told me something, like, I think your idea has grown from what you told me in London, but I love it. So what Lizzie said for her dissertation for college, she said, I think my final dissertation idea is going to be on the misappropriation of Hebrew Bible texts in Christo, is it called Christo-fascist, or do you say, like, Christian, like Christo-fascist? Christo-fascist anti-trans ideology in the UK and its history in white supremacy and colonialism. That's a fucking hot topic. And one that deeply needs to be dissected these days, especially, I would think. That's going to be, I mean, a hard one. I mean, I think emotionally and, like, spiritually, but you're a pretty tough fuck. So, I think that's the crazy thing about, like, the more I talk to Lizzie about, like, her studies of the Bible, because she studies theology of Hebrew Christian texts in her university studies, is that like, everything you and I know is just misappropriated bullshit. Unless you have read the Bible, like, everything from movies and television and music and everything. And it's so ideally manipulated and like, what was the word? You used a word for it. It's like on purpose. I can't remember it. Fuck, my brain is just high. You know what I mean? It's fascinating and kind of disgusting. Curated. Was that it? That sounds really, yes, that sounds good. It was curated for it, basically, yeah. It's wild.
Hey, I know you.
Cause of death, mauling? Well, at least I won the bet. Wait, does that mean I killed them?
Pardon the interruption, everyone.
You don't like it when I pet your other heads, huh? No.
If you don't pet the dog, you're a heathen. New Slipknot album, no shit. Ooh. I hope Corey Taylor's vocals are right. I heard he had problems with his throat.
What did I tell you, boy?
I don't know how you can stand it.
Sorry. My thumb twitched and I clicked through the combo.
Well, at least some things are running smoothly still. Next you go to die again, do give the tortured souls out there my warm regards.
Absolutely, Lizzie. Go spend time with your roommate. We'll be here. You know me and Hades. It never ends. And someone leaked the back of the album. I love Slipknot. Subliminal Verses, I think was the name of the album, is one of my favorites. It came out when I was in high school. It's not one of the oldest ones. I know, like, hardcores will be like, you gotta listen to whatever that really old one was. I like them all, to be honest.
How you holding up, boy? Eating well lately?
But I can sing that whole one by heart,
full and
almost.
happy?
Worsty, it's kind of crazy, huh? Like, and I'm not saying it's a healthy relationship, but of the relationships in Greek mythology, the Persephone Hades one is one of the most healthy, which is pretty fucked up considering he's her uncle.
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus
I've never seen him live either.
Affirmatively, one after the next, as if to reassure the ever-doubting prince.
I had tickets to see them one time when I was in high school, Rod, and Corey Taylor got fucking bronchitis or something. And the only reason I knew the show was canceled is it was on the radio. I was so heartbroken, but also, like, I appreciate a singer that doesn't just get a whole bunch of drugs injected in their ass and then go on stage. I appreciate that he took care of his throat. Penis! How are you, love? Dude, your spider is so big. I fed it the other day. Like, I still can't see much of it because it digs itself underground and has so much webbing, but it's easily the size of the palm of my hand. Do you remember how big Little Penis was? Wild. And neon orange. So pretty.
Thanatos in the spotlight.
Thanatos' death, by the way. That's why earlier when Hades was like, the only people you can count on are death and myself. And I was like, does that mean Thanatos or death? Like, are you being cryptic?
What's in stock?
Rod, I would be down 100%. 100%. Dude, for real. He's a bit... I really hope she. Because they live forever. But... beautiful. So the only reason I can see the spiders seriously through all the webbing, such thick webbing, is because she's like fucking, like this. Like that, like the middle color. Like this peachy, literally like a pinky orange, neon, kind of a corally orange color. So fucking pretty. When I can afford to, I'm going to get her a bigger enclosure and change her out, and then I'll get really good pictures. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I don't think I want to trade any of this right now. No, I'm going to keep. And I didn't fish because I died.
It is you.
Oh my shit, she scared the fucking tit fart out of me just now. Absolutely, Zoe. I think a snake is one of the best pets if you want to get a reptile or something. They're the most manageable for handling, the safest to handle. They stress the least while being handled, and they are so fucking low maintenance. It's great. Absolutely. Depending on the snake. No, I think a bearded dragon is the most high maintenance pet. Oh my god. Don't feed your if when your bearded dragon is a juvenile, i.e. not full grown, not hormonal yet, if you're not feeding them fresh salad every day and live feeders, and they have a UVB light at least 8 hours a day, period, with that hotspot, and then they have a side of the tank that gets down to around 70 degrees so they can, regulate their own internal temperature, as most reptiles must, then they get something called, it's like a bone disease. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. We have some vets in the community. Hopefully they're lurking. But it's a bone disease where they basically don't grow to full size ever. And she always looked kind of thinner. Even if she ate, I'd sometimes give her a Pinky Mouse or something. It was really, really sad. And it was just because whoever had adopted her, they gave, for Christmas, they bought their child some Petco bearded dragon that was this big and so fucking cute. And, oh, look at the little dragon. And their kid lost interest in 2 weeks and never turned the light on again. And it ended up with this, calcium deficiency, and it was really sad. But she lived for, 15 years with me. She was old, cranky hoe.
I saw you took possession of the
I
list
love
of
her.
minor prophecies of the three fates. As ever, I should never have doubted my daughter's expectations. I was uncertain you had necessary guidance to select it from among the house contractor's many opportunities.
Kun, of all the animals I have that, are just watch and do their thing animals that are the most interesting, I'd say my dumpy frogs and, sorry, one of my gigantic cockroaches crawling around and creep me out. In a tank, don't worry, I don't just live with roaches, Jesus fuck, they would die. My dumpy frogs, they're active during the day and at night, and they're just hilarious and cute. But then spiders, if your kid's not afraid of tarantulas, there's no other pet in the world that makes such an exquisite home for itself out of its butt overnight. It's something to watch, and that's pretty much all they're there for. You treat them like a fish tank, You just give them an awesome enclosure and watch them work it, and it's kind of just beautiful. I don't know, but maybe I'm weird that way. I don't assume everybody loves that stuff. To me, it's very cool.
You offer something called the Fated List of Minor Prophecies to me, chances are I'm going to pick it up. Though,
Always
you make it
unhealthy.
sound like there's more I should know about it. Should I be concerned?
Sad. Was it from a breed, one of those places that's just way overbreeding snakes so they can get one white one or something stupid? Dude, sea monkeys are cool, but they're kind of like an invasive insect, I think. I think they're a problem. Dude, a pet raccoon would be cool. However, I think I am a raccoon. I think we might kill each other.
You know exactly what is necessary and no more.
Chloe,
I know better than
yep.
anyone never to tamper with the fate's design.
Which
Though, if they had cruelty in store for you through their list, I think that I would warn you anyway.
Aw, bless. She'd warn me of the cruelty. Thanks.
That's somehow reassuring.
Kel, that's kind of why I got into tarantulas, because I like having pets, but I needed something that even at my most fucking broke, I can go outside and catch a grasshopper for. Tarantulas are pretty good for that. But I feel you. It's mature of you, honestly, to do that. There's a lot of people who, and I don't think anybody should be deprived of the love of a dog. I don't think a lot of people, I've seen people have horrible opinions about oh, that homeless man has a dog. How could he do that to that dog? Go fuck yourself. How dare you? Sometimes my dogs are all that's keeping me alive and I have a roof over my head, so suck a dick. However, being mature enough to be I couldn't pay for the vet bills or something if something happened, I think that's really big of you.
Can't sleep.
A lot of people can't do that. I gave a tarantula a new enclosure somewhat recently. Centerpiece is a small T-Rex skull. Oh, fuck yeah. I've barely seen the T since it moved into the skull and shoved out so much dirt. Out of the eyes? That's amazing. Mine, I'm trying to think. A bunch of mine do that. I've done a couple where I have these little, like mini, I don't know if they're Pop Funkos, but they're little mini figures from like Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff. Just little, very beautiful, like highly detailed little figurines, but I don't have anywhere to put them that I'm sure my dogs won't get and eat them. So I was like, genius idea, like put them in tarantula enclosures. They'll get some web on them, look a little bit more Halloween-y. Some of them are completely disappeared, like gone forever. They are so gone to web and everything because my tarantulas decided that's
Looking
not
good.
how I wanted it.
You're pretty quick, boyo. Just be sure to use that fancy dash of yours and keep them guessing. Don't let them catch you standing still.
Little Black Dress, that's what I was going to say earlier. I was like, I mean, honestly, like, most people are into butt stuff these days anyways, so, like, the whole idea of a cloaca probably doesn't fuck with them as long as you, like, douche canoe that shit.
Dash like mad instead of standing still.
Fuck yes.
That's not the worst advice, I guess.
I got you, Weaver. I got you. I'm a terrible typer, so I'm pretty skilled in figuring out terrible
Should
typing.
help me gain more darkness. Excellent.
Help me gain your darkness, Daddy. Do I have any? No.
Let's see here.
Let's just, keep with wet, Daddy. I like it.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Typing is over. I hate it. I've hated it forever. I hated it when they introduced it in school. I fucking hate it now.
Crashing waves. A trident.
It's a great way to communicate because I don't like talking on the phone either.
That fine shell I sent you.
But I'm bad at
a little
it.
gift plucked straight out of the sea. You keep it close so I can better track you down.
It always feels like Poseidon's watching me. Thanks. Attack, I have the sword, right? Yeah, attack, special, cast. I fucking love the sword. It's my
Might
favorite
of the
weapon.
sea.
Am I a basic hoe? No. Your electricity gets cheaper after 5 p.m. Ghetto? That's interesting. I've never heard of that before. Is that a Texas thing? I know you're not in Texas, but like, sounds like a Texas thing. Oh my God, Rooster, that's beautiful. I mean, to be fair, he does have a beautiful voice. The person who does Zag's voice. It's excellently sexy. Really, Kern? You know what? I'm going to make a note. I'm going to just, like, think about what I think would be the coolest one to have that's attainable for you guys. Because there's a million tarantulas in the world. But some of them do really cool webbing stuff, and some of them bury themselves forever, and you'll have a tank that's literally just dirt with a hole. My arguably my most beautiful tarantula, I only see her legs once a month. She just lives in nature, she'd live in a 7-meter hole. So I guess I'm lucky in that aspect. But that kind of, I don't want you guys to get a tarantula that's going to hide itself forever. You know what I mean? No, absolutely. I love this stuff. Spiders are the coolest. I've done so much dumb amounts of research on tarantulas and stuff already. It won't be hard, but it'll be a fun project for me to think about. I'll go through all mine because I have over 50 tarantulas, not that many different species. I have probably 30 different species, which is, to be fair, pretty good. And I have a lot of species that are common and a lot of species that are kind of rare. So I'm going to look at them and think, like, who's done the coolest shit that's, like, the neatest spider just to watch? They're all cool to watch, but nobody's interested in a hole of dirt. You know? If I didn't have a bunch of other tarantulas to keep me occupied, that would be real sad. Boom. $7 meters for real, Pawn. It's the she's called the Thailand Golden Fringe because her whole body is like this beautiful taupe color, and then she literally has just like this fringe of the most pure gold like feathers all over her body. She's beautiful. And I named her Persephone because she's gorgeous and she lives underground. Haha. But I quite literally have not seen her in months because she's probably molting or something. But she does not come out. They don't live on the surface. Whereas like the bird eater, she's going to just walk around on the surface. They don't even web up, which is also kind of boring. You want one that's going to web a little, but not web to the point of like the penis spider where you never are going to see your spider because of the sheer amount of webbing. There's a nice happy middle where it's like, ooh, look what they did overnight, but also I get to see my spider regularly. I think that's important. I'm going to look at that. Intelligent spider sci-fi. I'm going to write it down. I don't think I read. It sounds so familiar. I feel like I maybe have seen it and saved it and didn't look at it. Or something. ADD took over. Who knows? What does she eat? So the general rule of tarantulas is you want to give them food no bigger than about half the size of their body or no bigger than the size of their ass. So spiders and tarantulas are 2-segmented instead of being 3-segmented like an ant. So if you look at their butt, the way it is, when you're about to feed them, you don't want to give them any food bigger than that because whatever they're drinking is going to blow that butt up to that size. And they can get so big and so lethargic that they can't walk to water and drink and they can just die. They're not intelligent. They have 1 brain cell, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, most tarantulas are intelligent enough to know they can't eat it. And I've had tarantulas full on live with a cockroach for 6 months before I caught on because the cockroach, they were like, nah, it's too big. They'll just let it chill. They don't give a fuck. In AZ, the power plants can be selected. You can choose a constant price for power through the year, or you can get a plan that is cheaper in fall, winter, and more expensive in summer, spring. With the seasonal plan, during the hours of 3 to 6, the cost triples, but is lower during the other parts of the day. Is to try and encourage people to use less power during those hours, since that's when people get home and start using AC cooking. Interesting. I mean, if they stopped the whole well, if you're a professional, you work 8 to 5. If maybe some people could work, I don't know, noon to 8, we could really cut down on that massive power usage, I'm just saying. As a person that hates getting up early. Hello? What is with that? I don't understand why business hours are business hours anymore. Technology's wiped that out. Dude, Kun, if you have the audiobook, oh my god, I'm very into listening to stuff while I paint and draw. Shit is crack. That's why I listen to so many podcasts and History Channel podcasts and stuff, because it's not something I need to. They do such a good job at telling, not showing. I don't know. It's good because I like painting and stuff, but again, my ADD takes over, and sometimes drawing and painting doesn't. I need something to listen to. I think listening, if you can listen, drawing enables me to listen better. You're still being educated. I learned a lot of shit listening to history podcasts. They were friends. Seriously, I've had some spiders, I've gotten a hornworm and it buried itself, cocooned, became a moth. The spider just lived with the moth. I was like, can you not? I've had silkworms do the same. It's great. Hold on. Dash strike. Hits twice, deals 20 damage. Yes, please. I dash strike a lot. That's that
Need all
one.
the firepower I can get.
It's a sexy one. What the fuck are with these fucking rooms? Thank you, dude. Fuck yes. I love stuff like that. It's interesting. And even if I don't know.
Heads up.
Even if you're not into spiders, it can be interesting. I listen to podcasts about the history of pirates, and I've never been into pirates, but it's interesting. Or I listened to a history podcast recently that was the history of the Wild West and how it was actually mostly founded by black men and gay cowboys who came out here to be free because they were being persecuted for being gay and or black in the East. And yet we make it out to be this power move of, white men. I don't know. That was really interesting. I've never been into cowboys or anything, but damn. The fuck? I feel bad because they didn't really get to have their sanctuary, did they? Ooh. Oh, fuck yes, I'm excited. Those tarantula pictures were beautiful. I showed them to Zach, and Zach is like, what is this? Why am I looking at this? I'm like, I'm just showing you a tarantula I'm still hunting for.
Show me
the rose hair. I know they used to be so common, and now it's I never see rose hairs. And if I do, they're dumb expensive, and I just... Nah. I'm good. Moths. She's convinced that moths will eat her, and they're made of dust. I just nod. The only bugs that make me uncomfortable or squeamish are little things. Like if I felt like a gnat on my arm, you know, like little creepy bugs. Those are the ones I'm just like, ugh. David, how are you, love? How are you doing? I think we need to take a break, and I gotta pee so bad. David, you didn't do this. It's okay. Don't worry. Just terrible timing on my part, but it just hit me. I think I have to pee. I have to pee. I'm hydrated, though, so that's good. Make sure to hydrate yourselves. Are you on vacation? Are you doing anything, or are you on staycation? Might as well. Oh.
Looks handy.
I thought he said, oh, Sandy. Looks handy? You look handy, bro. I am also properly watered. Fuck. Okay, it is weird, though. Like, walls, like the go-to apartment wall is off-white of cum. I don't know. I don't know why people stop it. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't think anyone was conscious of that decision, but maybe it was a Freudian slip. I don't know. It's weird. The office beige, yes. The office beige. Office beige, yes. That one. Uh-huh. Exactly that one, literally. I don't think I have a perk that gives me anything in these rooms yet. My wall's cummy too. Don't feel bad. I'm in the process. It's just like, it's a process, man. Painting takes a while, and it's such a time investment. You don't want to fuck up what color you want. I totally get it. And paint can be, like, good quality latex paint is expensive. I used to work in the paint department at Lowe's, and it blew me away. Like, people would be like, oh, yeah, we're painting all the walls in the house, and they'd blow, like, $2,000 on paint because that's how much it would take. It's wild what, like, good quality wall paint can cost. That's the thing. It's, like, the go-to fucking rent color. It's crazy.
So let me put a little spark.
You know, if we just paint everything the color of cum, no one will see the cum. Incredible, Jimmy. Give him a raise. Anyone got one of those color matchers? I'm sorry, that's too much. When you dash just before getting hit. Oh, that's a good cast. But yeah, I have to.
All right,
That's a really good cast. When you can make it hit a whole bunch of people at one time, it's fun. I like gray. Ooh, I'm down with gray. When I worked in the paint department, I was bored a lot, and I would just like look at the big books of colors, and there was a huge book of just off-white. Wait, I have Thunder Daddy. Let's get Sexy Daddy. It was just this huge book of all the shades of off-white, and one of my favorite was called Dove Gray, and it was like just this really pale, neutral gray tone. And I always thought that would be really nice, because it's not that I want, like, pink walls or anything, because I can, I think walls are probably the most difficult thing to change, whereas you can, like, get some new pillows and throw some color in the living room a lot easier. It's just that off-white is so depressing. It's the color of every hospital. Almost all of the strange pussy things that come out of our body. Like, it's just not it doesn't remind me of happy things. Whereas gray, it feels calm and cool, like cooling, I love him. Look at him thighs. First things first, take your pants off, bend over. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from or why I keep repeating myself. Use a fountain, restores all your health, bonus damage. You take less damage before blow. I don't know if I'm going to get a fountain, but I want the prophecy anyways. I don't want that. I guess maybe.
What is that portal thing there on the ground?
Something you're probably not going to be able to go through because your health is so fucking low and you're a loser. Wait, hurt me. Wait, how much does it cost? I think it costs 22. If I can manage to not lose any life, I'm good. I think chaos costs 22 life. Fuck my dicks. This is a nightmare. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't get hit by anything. Fuck my... Because if I get hit by one thing, I gotta get hit a ton of things. And that, with my luck, it'll... Fuck my ass. It'll be like the last person. I won't be able to do it, and then I can't go through the chaos gate. And then I just question why I'm born. Oh my god, we can do it, maybe. Please let me do it. When I was younger, I always said blue is my favorite color. As I got older, I started realizing